Hello, so in this video I will talk about mathematics, more particularly about informal mathematics. So mathematics that are done with less rigor, more intuitions compared to formalized mathematics, where everything must be perfectly clear, perfectly defined, and where a computer can check the proof. So I got the idea for this video by reading a book from Imre Lakatos, published in 1976 and called Proof and Refutation. And this book really changed the way I view math, or I view philosophy of math. So this book is a strong defense of informal mathematics against the dominant view in philosophy of mathematics at the time, which was called formalism. For formalism, informal mathematics are just meaningless sentences, and mathematics are only restricted to its more formalized versions. And so my goal in this video is to explain some of the points that I found the most interesting in proof and refutation, and if possible make you want to read it. So let's get started. So when we think about mathematics and experimental science such as physics and biology, we often make a strong distinction between the two. In mathematics, we can reach an absolute certainty by proving results, whereas in experimental science, when we want to reach an universal truth, we face many epistemological barriers, such as the problem of inductions. So this view of mathematics, this absolute certainty, was made possible by the work of logicians such as Bertrand Russell in the first part of the 20th century, who built a strong axiomatic base for where to base all of mathematics. And with that, they allow mathematics to totally get rid of the human factor. Now a computer could check the validity of a proof, or even find a proof if given enough time. So this led to the philosophy of formalism, who viewed mathematics as just a manipulation of strings of symbols according to some arbitrary rules. All these symbols don't have an a priori meaning, and for them, informal mathematics, when we give to the symbol a meaning, when we use intuition, and when we are not very rigorous, is simply not a part of mathematics. It's just at best a useful tool for humans to find a rigorous proof, but other than that, it's just meaningless. But for Imre Lakatos, this view of mathematics was extremely reductive of what mathematics truly is. People have been doing mathematics for centuries before the formalization, and even today, most mathematicians don't care that mathematics has been formalized. They continue to work as before, continue to use intuitions, continue to write proofs that are not very rigorous. And so mathematics, for Imre Lakatos, it's not just the work of the logicians, but it is something bigger than that. Formalized mathematics is just a part of mathematics. And so this is the goal of proof and refutation. This is to illustrate that mathematics is much more than just proving results. And to do so, the book presents itself as a dialogue between some students and their teachers in a math class, and so they are trying to prove a theorem. Here it's Euler theorem for polyhedrons, which is a theorem about polyhedrons, basically the relation between the number of edges, faces, and vertices in polyhedron. And the dialogue tries to recreate the history behind this theorem, where generations and generations of mathematicians were fighting on the definition, finding counterexample on the proof made by others, and arguing about what can be done to solve this problem. So what I found really interesting in this book is that the dialogue makes the process of mathematical discovery look very similar to the scientific method. So in the book, mathematicians start with a simple idea, not very formalized, with a law, a theorem that looks true for most cases they tested, and then they give a quick justification, a not very rigorous proof to help see why this result must be true in most cases. But then other mathematicians try to poke hole in the proof to find counterexample. So this is not really finding a counterexample, is not really doing an experiment, but the idea is really similar. We try to check if the theorem is valid in the most extreme cases, the more counterintuitive ones, and after a counterexample is found, mathematicians does the same thing as a scientist will do. They try to modify the theory, they try to restrict its domain of validity, they try to change a few definitions to get rid of the problematic cases, they add stronger assumptions, etc., etc. And if the counterexamples are simply too strong, they must get rid of their theorem and do other things. And for Imre Lakatos, all of these discussions, all of the history behind the theorem, is an important part of mathematics, and not simply something which should get rid of as it's not interesting and only focus on the final proof. The mathematician is not just an algorithm that accepts or rejects propositions. It's the whole process described in the book that made mathematics. A mathematician is not only doing proofs. He tries to find what are the important notions. He tries to group things by important definitions, to find new fields to study, to give an intuition on why the certain result must be true, etc., etc. So, to conclude, the example used in this book with the proof of Euler theorem for polyhedron is maybe an extreme cases. Not all mathematicians work are this informal. But when compared to the other extreme, that is the work of logicians, where a computer could do a proof, it helps us see, it helps us have a better idea of what is mathematics. So this is a really interesting book, and I recommend you to read it. Goodbye.